participate in a daily warm-up. It does become monotonous. I get it, because it's the same thing every day. But we do that intentionally, A, to keep you on track so you know what to do, and B, to prepare you properly for whatever activity is on the agenda for the day, and to prevent injury, okay? And as you get older, you will appreciate this stretching routine because your flexibility decreases as you get older and you're more prone to injury, okay? So we are gonna warm up with cougar jumping jacks that will get our heart rate up and our blood flowing. Cougar jumping jacks, we will spell cougars. Every other jumping jack, the first one is silent. After we spell cougars once, then we are going to spell cougars again, with the exception of every up is a letter and every down is a letter. Here's an example. Cougar jumping jacks, ready, begin. First one is silent. C, O, U, G, A, R, S, C, O, U, G, A, R, S, cougars. Once we are done with our cougar jumping jacks, we will start our stretches from head to toe. Starting with our shoulders, we're gonna do forward circles, okay? Now, please make sure you don't have to do huge circles, you don't have to do small circles, whatever your choice, but this isn't a shoulder circle, okay? Make sure you're doing it properly. Then we'll do reverse. After about 10 of those, we are gonna move into a tricep stretch. You'll take your right arm up behind your head and you're gonna pull that elbow. Part of this is to stretch our shoulder, and in our state fitness testing, we have a shoulder flexibility test that this is preparing for. And then we'll switch. After that, we're gonna move into a compound stretch with a front lunge and a deltoid stretch, okay? Let's break it down. Arm across your chest, we're stretching the rear deltoid of your arm and your shoulder, okay? Moving into our lower part of our body, our hips are driving forward towards our toe, stretching our hip flexor. Our heel is thrusting to the ground, so we're stretching 3 muscle groups at the same time. Then we will switch. We'll hold this for a 10 count. After this, we'll move into a side lunge, okay? This is a small range of motion, stretching our groin and our adductors. In this stretch, it's important that you know that both feet need to face forward. We typically get the kids that are a little lazy and they end up doing this, but understand this is a different muscle group that we just stretched. This is stretching your hip flexor, toes forward, stretching your groin and your adductor muscles, the inner part of your thigh. Then we'll switch. From there, we will move on to our quadricep stretch, the top part of our thighs. This is gonna require a little bit of balance, okay? So you're gonna do right leg, kind of weird, but to keep your balance, find a spot, stick with it. Also squeeze your butt cheeks, okay? With this one, make sure your knee is pointed down to the ground and close to your other knee. We don't want you dancing around like this. That way we can isolate the muscle group we're stretching. Then we'll switch. After quadricep stretch, we're gonna go and forward fold or toe touch. If you cannot touch your toes in a hang stretch, you're welcome to start out your shins. And throughout the year, as your flexibility increases, you could progressively move down to the ground or wherever you could stretch to. Last but not least, we'll finish up with a calf raise. We'll say up, you'll say the number. Please make sure when you do a calf raise, you're up and you're squeezing your calves as much as possible. We're not just bouncing like this, because then we're not isolating that muscle group, okay? So an example would be up, 1, up, 2, all the way to 10. Okay? Any questions? Everybody up, we're gonna do it together. Here we go.